Hey guys, welcome back. So today I do have that special video for you guys. Today we are gonna install the inclinometer today. So I have a couple tools laid out that I got from my job, and we're gonna go ahead and install it right here, right in the dash. I don't know exactly where I want it just yet, but we'll probably figure that out. I know I've read on some forums and some websites that it usually goes like right above here, right above the glove box, but I personally do enjoy it right here, right where I can see it when I drive. So I want to see if we can mount it right here, which is probably going to be my most likely to do. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'll show you guys what I do. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and take off this carpet. I do like this carpet, and I'll probably still use it. I'm just going to put some holes through here so we can put the inclinometer. So we're just going to go ahead and take that off. And then we're going to go ahead and take off this whole glove box, the center console. I'm not too sure because my plan is to drill it through right here, right through the back where this little lump is. As you can see, that's what this was really designed for. And we'll see, maybe because I do still need to like bolt it down, as you guys can see, and I want to see how far I can get to bolt it down. So I need to take this whole thing off, and then we'll see from there. Alright, so I took off this little panel right here, the door jamb panel, and then I also took off this little kick panel, which does reveal the ECU. And so now we're gonna go ahead and remove this glove box, which again it is held by 4 or 110mm down here and 4 Phillips screws, 1 there and 3 up here. So let's go ahead and remove that as well. Alright, so now this should drop off. Again, just be very careful of prying it. Alright, you got 2 little connectors. One right here is for the, I believe, for like the switch for the light, and you have the speaker switch. It's most commonly that the speaker switch does break off, so just try to be careful with those. Alright, so this one, as you guys can see, it's already been broken off for a while. So now we have access to this area. Alright, so as you guys can see, I pulled off this panel, which it goes right here. I believe it's just attached with, again, Phillips screws on both sides. To make it easier, I don't have this bolted down, the center console bolted down. But again, it's just a lot of Phillips screws around the center console, which allows you to have, you know, play here, so you can take this off. I don't know how difficult it is on your guys's, but mine actually just pop out real quick, just like that. All right, and then it makes it easier for this little plate to come off once you have access to this. I'll show you guys in a moment. Don't mind the wiring mess. Just for the lights. So now, same thing, I took up the kick panel from here. There's a 10mm bolt here, and you have a lot of Phillips screws going around, so you just follow those to take out this whole lower panel. You might also have the column cover. Mine actually broke off a long time ago, so I don't really have to worry about that. I do want to get another one, but whenever I have time, unfortunately I haven't had time to go to the junkyard or just really have the time to look for one. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off this lower panel. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and take off this key cover right here, and I already took off all the screws, but now I should be able to wiggle this around and it'll drop just like that, because you do have the hood latch, and you also have the gas door latch as well here. And now you should have all this area open. You guys can see, again, don't mind the wiring. It's just I've put a lot of stuff into this truck, so that's why you guys see the wiring here. And then we're gonna go ahead and take off this panel along with the radio, along with the clock, and this. Alright, so once you have both panels removed on both sides, this panel, I believe, should be just only held on by clips. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wiggle it. So there's one side, and that's why it was easy to take off those little grommets. Makes it easier for this to take off. And now I should be able to remove all of this. You do have the little wiring for the clock right here, and what else? You also have some wiring for the cigarette lighter. So okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and disconnect those. I believe there's one screw here. There should be two screws right here, and the screw you should have already taken off when you took out the lower panel, and I believe that should be about what holds it in. And then you obviously have your connectors here. This is for my fog lights. This is for the dash, but just be careful when you try to pry it out. Again, this is very old, very brittle plastic, so it's really easy to break these. So just be very careful in case you do yours. Alright, so I did pry it out very gently and carefully, and so this is always the hardest part to remove, just because you don't really have a lot of room to play with. You just got to be very careful when you be removing these. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the switches from the hazards, and I'm just gonna connect the switches right over here, and then we're gonna go ahead and start with the instrument cluster. With the inclinometer. Alright, so now this whole dash comes out. Like I said, guys, let's go ahead and walk over here. I'll show you guys in more detail. Alright, so as I was telling you guys, these are the clips that are just holding on, so just be very careful when you pry it off. So right there, these are the two connectors you take off, the emergency and the defroster for the rear window. And here are the other clips. So again, just be very careful when you're prying this off. I've taken off this dash before, so it wasn't really too hard for me, but just try to be careful, guys. So this is what I wanted to be careful with. When I drill down to down the middle, I didn't want it to hit here on the vent. I don't want to make I didn't want to make a hole through the vent, so that's why I just decided to take out this whole thing and then just be very careful and just put the nuts through the bottom. And so we're gonna go ahead and do that. So as you guys can see, I have very little room to play with, so we're gonna still figure out how to do this, and I'll keep you guys I'll show you guys how to do that. So I had to take out this piece which was sitting inside there, and I thought I would be able to do that by taking out that screw right there that you guys can see right ahead, but it was really, I guess it was really just hard to take off. So all I did was bent it a little bit like that. As you can see, this tab is a little bit bendable, which this little tab sits right there, and so I just bented it and then I just took this off easily. And now I have plenty of access, as you guys can see, through here to mount it exactly where I would want it. And so yeah, that's what I was pretty much worried about. If I just screwed through the top and I just didn't know, I didn't think I had enough space, and I was right. So now I do, and let's go ahead and get started with that. Alright guys, so what I did, I just grabbed the flathead and I gently just scratched off like a little bit to know where the bolts were actually going to go through. And I'm going to start with one hole, and then I'm just going to go ahead and line it up with the second one, and then we're going to drill right now. Alright guys, so this is what I have. I just picked this up at Harbor Freight. This is I believe it's called like a step drill or something like that. And then I got this from Home Depot. It's like a 90-degree, I guess like adapter you would say. And I need to attach it to the drill. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and start drilling the holes. Alright guys, wish me luck. I'm kinda scared, but here goes nothing. Oh man, let's see. Alright, so let's go ahead and test it out. Let's see if that worked. Hopefully it did. If not, I just made a random hole into my dash. Alright, so we did get one down. As you guys can see, it did set a little bit, which was perfect. Alright, and then I'm gonna go ahead and drill the other one, and then I will see how this goes. Oh man, oh, this kind of sucks. Should have planned it better. Alright, so let's see how this looks. No! Alright, maybe I can just drill it a little bit more. Alright guys, so I did mess up. I do want this hole, but I actually drilled to this one. I should have done it like somewhere around here, just so it can be facing more towards me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drill this one. I mean, it's just a little hole, and plus I have the carpet to cover it, so it's not such a big deal. I mean, this whole dash is cracked, so I don't really care about that, to be honest with you guys. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and drill the other one, and then I'll show you guys in a moment. Alright, so there it is guys. It's not perfect, and what I really just wanted was to have it more towards like the middle, and then more towards like facing me. And I think this is as perfect as I'll ever get to it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drill one more hole for the wiring to go down, and then I'll figure out the wiring in a little bit. Alright, stay tuned. Okay. And there it is guys. So I already just made the third hole, so it'll bolt down, so the wiring can go through, and I'll show you guys how it looks. As you guys can see, I got both the screws going through, and it's not perfect. Like I said guys, it's not perfect. There was no instructions to do this, but luckily the little carpet didn't cover most of my mistakes. And I mean, you can't really see obviously through the back, but again, I like it. It looks really cool. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this up, and then I'll show you guys what I do next. Alright guys, so I wired it all up. So what I ended up doing was just tested for positive and negative, and I tested for the closest connection, which I believe I just did it to the temperature control here, and I just made sure that it did work, and then I just soldered it. As you guys can see, it does glow. It's not the best glowing, but it does glow. So it turns on every time I turn the switch to, I guess, to accessory, and it does light, so that's pretty cool. So all that's left is to put everything back together and then show you guys once again when it comes night. I just put like a little tarp over here so I can just test it real quick. It's still light outside, but yeah, so far it does work. It's pretty cool. And there it is, guys. I already put everything all back together. Took me a little bit, but you know, everything did go back with patience, and just to let you guys, just to show you guys that it did work. I turned it off with, I know it's not coming on, but the climate control, there's like a little light bulb in there, but I just started it to that wiring. It's easy, just positive and negative, you know, real quick, and it does turn off every time that's really cool. I just need to adjust it a little bit, but so far I think it was a cool install, and I definitely, something I've been always wanting to do, and I finally did it, and it's one step closer to my dream truck that I've always wanted, and I definitely love it. Shout out again once to you, Mario. Thank you for this Inclineometer. It's really awesome, and hope you guys like the video. Before I let you guys go, I just want to tease you guys with one more video, the next video actually. I can't give away what this car is, but if you guys know, you guys are really cool and you guys guessed it. But this is the next project I'm going to be working on, guys. I'll give you guys a hint. It is another 4x4, so you know, you guys will see this video soon. Tune into the next video. Bye.